Promoting the growth of the tabletop sports hobby, this is Imagisport.
Hello there and welcome to the Imagisport Showcase. I'm Derek Jones. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. Yes, it is that time of year already. Time for my annual Winter Classic Pre-PLAAY using Hockey Blast from PLAAY Games along with the homebrew weather effects chart that I created a few years ago. And so before we get to that, just a little bit of a setup today. Today's game is going to feature the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Seattle Kraken from T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. Vegas, as most hockey fans are aware, are the defending Stanley Cup champions. They won it last year, going through the playoffs, defeating the Jets, Oilers, Stars, and Florida Panthers en route to their first Stanley Cup championship, and they pretty much picked up where they've left off this season. As I'm recording this on December 29th, Vegas is sporting a record of 22-10-5. They're tied for first place in the Pacific Division with the Vancouver Canucks. Meanwhile, the Seattle Kraken was a little bit of a surprise last year. Very good showing for a second-year expansion team at that time. They were actually qualified for the playoffs as a wild card. Their wild card positioning put them in the Central Division bracket, where they upset the heavily favored Colorado Avalanche before losing to the Dallas Stars in the second round. This season, however, has been a little bit of a step back for the Kraken, as right now they are 13-14-9 on the year, fourth place in the Pacific. But if the season were to end today, they would be out of a playoff spot. But be that as it may, you're going to see two pretty competitive teams here today. So as far as the setup for today's game, now in Winter Classic pre-plays that I've done in the past, I've pretty much just used the stock teams as they were from play for their most recent card set. So like last year, whenever Steve Tower came on and we did Pens and Bruins, we just used the players that were on the Penguins and the Bruins, and we both made our own lineups for that. This season, I decided to take a different approach to it. I wanted to make it a true pre-play. So the first thing I did was I looked at the current rosters for both teams, and I tried to match that up in the game. So whenever you look at the game shot here, you're going to see some different colors on the Seattle side. So for example, Thomas Tatar, who was traded to the Kraken just a few weeks ago, he was on the New Jersey set in the current card sets this year, but he's going to be on the ice today in the pre-play because, of course, he's going to be playing in the game on Monday, New Year's Day. Same thing goes for Brian Dumoulin, who was with the Penguins last year, and also Devin Shore and Kyler Yamamoto, who were with the Edmonton Oilers last season. All those are going to be in uniform for the Kraken today during this Winter Classic. The Vegas team, they didn't really have anybody in that situation, so you're basically going to see all Vegas cards on that side of the ice. The second thing that I did was I went to a site on the internet which shows the current up-to-date depth charts for each of the NHL teams, and so I based the lineups that you're going to see on my game board based on what those depth charts are. And if there was not a card for a player that was on the depth chart, because there are a few rookies that are playing for these two teams this year. Obviously, they're not going to have a card in the 2022-23 set if this 23-24 season is going to be their rookie year. So I had to make some adjustments wherever necessary for that. But I think I've got, I would like to say, a 95% accurate lineup for our pre-play. One other stumbling block was with the goaltenders as well, because the number one goalies on each of these teams are actually on the injured list right now. That's Aiden Hill for the Golden Knights and Philip Grubauer for the Seattle Kraken. But But the current goaltenders that they have right now, Logan Thompson, yes, he has a card for this current set. His rating on rebounds, not really the greatest, but he does have a card. But on the other side, right now, Chris Dreger is the starting goalie for the Kraken, and he does not have a card in the 2022-23 set. So I decided to make the executive decision to put the injured goalies in net for today's pre-play. So again, for the Golden Knights, starting between the pipes today is going to be Aiden Hill. In real life this season so far, he's 15-10-2 with a 1.93 goals against. And then Philip Grubauer for the Kraken, his real life stats this year, 17-5 with a 3.25 goals against. And then last but not least, one other thing that we need to take care of here is the weather for today's game, because after all, it is outside. Now, granted, this is a little bit of a crapshoot as well for a couple of reasons. I did check the real-life forecast for Seattle for Monday. They're calling for mostly cloudy skies with a high of 47 degrees. A little bit of chance for sun sometime during the day. So, in actuality, weather's probably not going to play a factor in this year's Winter Classic. At least I don't think so. And the second thing is for those of you that are not aware, T-Mobile Park in Seattle does have a retractable roof. Now, I haven't really kept up with how they're preparing the ice for this Winter Classic, but I would think the possibility would be there that they would have the roof closed at this time and while they're preparing, and maybe they might open up the roof maybe the morning of the game. That could make a difference with ice conditions as well. But for our sake of today and putting the weather effects chart into effect, since there is a little bit of a chance for sun today, we're just going to go ahead and use the sun mild weather effect that is on my chart. So transition over here to the game table, and so that you can see the chart right here. The yellow section on my chart, of course, is the one for sun and mild. And so basically what that means is that a sunny sky is going to soften the ice surface, affecting the puck handling and the speed. The sun angle could cause visibility problems for goalies. So in the sun mild weather effect, you're basically going to ignore the speed quality for all skaters. You're going to subtract one triangle and add one square if you have a play result that comes up where you have to total up those shapes. And the other thing that we need to figure out here is whether or not this sun is going to wreak some havoc during the beginning of the game. If you recall, a couple of seasons ago, whenever the NHL did their outdoor games at Lake Tahoe, the one game was originally scheduled to start in the afternoon, but it was moved to the evening because the sun was so intense that it softened the ice too much. It caused a delay. So we're going to see if that's going to be the case here. So part of this is that you roll a d6, and if it's a 1, then there is going to be a delay, which in my chart means that for the first 10 minutes of the game, no team is going to get momentum. But if it's a 2 through 6, we're just going to play as normal. And the die came up as a 6, so there is not going to be a delay. We are going to start on time, and so there's not going to be anything there. Now, my chart does account for if the weather might change during the game, but there's a good chance that might not come up as well. We'll just have to see what happens. All right, so we have all the particulars set up, so it's just about time to drop the puck. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. It's our Winter Classic Pre-Play here on Imagisport. Let's go to T-Mobile Park. And we're just about set to go here in period number 1. We have Jack Eichel at center ice here for the Golden Knights, and Matty Beniers for the Kraken. The ref signals both teams. We're ready to go, and we are underway here in this Winter Classic Pre-Play. And our first face-off roll is an 8. That means that the Kraken are going to get the opening face-off here. And so a roll on the action chart is going to be a 7. That is going to be a lull, so nothing happens for the first 3 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and have another face-off at center ice. And again, the Kraken are going to win the draw here, and it's going to be a 9, going to be a momentum check. Let's look for hit. 1 for the Golden Knights and 1 for the Kraken. Home team's going to get the advantage here on that, and it's going to be a 10. It's going to be a turnover. So we have squares on the Golden Knights side, so they are going to get the puck. Then it's going to be a 4. It's going to be an odd man rush. And so we are going to be looking at number 2. Does O2 have a triangle? That is Barbashev. He does not. So he is going to lose the puck over to the Kraken. And that's going to go now to our next minute of play. For those of you wondering, I'm using Telescore as the on-screen scoreboard for this game. Okay, 11. So we have a play result here, and so we need to make sure there are 2 squares, but don't forget we are adding a square because of the sun mild weather effect here. So actually there are 2 squares whenever we add the second one. So the Golden Knights are going to take that puck away. And so we go down to our third lines here, and we're going to go to another play result. Again, we need 2 squares. Again, you need to add 1 for the weather effect. And so we're going to have 2 there for Seattle. And so that's going to do it there as well. Okay, so back with another line change here. And so it's going to be 5. We're going to have a penalty event. So our first whistle of the game and our first penalty event is going to be called. So let's see what's going to happen here. It's going to be D1. So D1 this time is Carrier. He is matched up against 05, which is Larson. They both have the same penalty rating. So Carrier is going to be the one that's going to get whistled here. And it's going to be a 10. The penalty is greater than 1. It's a major. Otherwise, it's a minor. So it's just a 2-minute minor for William Carrier. So for Vegas, Carrier with 2 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and see what the penalty is going to be here. It is 9. So he gets 2 for a tripping call. And the time of that penalty is going to be 6:12. So Carrier, 2 for tripping at 6:12. And the Kraken are going to go on the power play to start things off here. So we'll go ahead and move our lines around. And let's see here. All right, so we'll have Vegas use one of their... Do we want to use a line skip or do we want to use a double shift? We're going to use a double shift to keep Pietrangelo and Martinez out on the ice. And then for the Kraken, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing. We'll do a double shift here to keep Dunn and Larson out. So normally I have a house rule that says momentum will go away, but of course you got temporary momentum with the Kraken on the power play. So here we go. And so we go to a 9. The man advantage team wins the faceoff. That's going to be the Kraken. We're looking for 2 circle stars here, and they have none, so it's not going to be an automatic play. Instead, we are going to roll on the main chart and get a 7. It's a power play chance. So our first play chance of the game, and it's going to be a 5. It's going to be 3-1 choice. So it's going to be Matty Beniers and Jordan Eberle, and we're going to go ahead and give Thomas Tatar the puck there. So 1, 2, 3, 4-star shot versus a 3-star Aiden Hill save, and it is saved. So So Seattle with the first shot of the game, but that is going to be turned aside by Hill, and we're going to go ahead to the goalie stave chart, deflected towards the corner. We do have a square on defense, and so he's going to get that. He's going to clear it up ice, and that's going to take care of 1 minute of play. And now we'll go to the second power play minute. And so this time it is going to be a 5, and it's going to be another penalty event. And this time we're going to have a 5 on that. 5 on that is going to be D4. And D4 is going to be Braden McNabb this time, going up against O2, Brandon Tanev. Both of them at 0.5, so now McNabb is going to get called. So they kill one penalty, but they're going to go right in back in the box with another. And it's going to be an 8, and it's going to be a 2-minute minor as well. So let's see what the minor penalty is this time. It's going to be a hooking call. And so hooking call, time of that penalty is going to be 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Okay. All right, so with that in mind, let's see. Well, are we going to do this? Okay, well, then I guess we'll use the line skips to bring it back up. And then, although McNabb's going to be the one that's going to be in the penalty box, we're going to go ahead and say that Barbashev is going to be in the bench, or I should say not on the ice for this 5-on-4. So second power play opportunity for the Kraken here. And so with that in mind, we'll go back to the power minutes chart. And here we go. And this time it's an 8. Advantage team wins the face-off again. Looking for a circle star and finding absolutely none. That is there. It's just going to be a regular play. And it's going to be a 10. It's going to be a turnover automatically. No time advance. So now it's going to be the Golden Knights with the puck, but it's going to be a power play chance once again for the Seattle Kraken. And it's going to be a 4. It's going to be a 1-3-4, but if there are 2 penalty killing dots, it doesn't matter. They do not have any penalty killing dots. So we're going to have Eberle and Beniers, and Vince Dunn is going to get the shot this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shots against 3, and that is going to be saved by Adin Hill. So saved by Adin Hill, and on we go to our next minute. Halfway through the first period, no score. Kraken on the power play. And here's the second minute of it. It is a 7. They're going to get another power play chance. And this time it's going to be a 3-1 choice. So it's going to be Wenberg and it's going to be McCann. And we will give the puck to Brandon Tanev. So 1, 2, 3 star shot there with the temporary momentum. And Adin Hill is not able to save it, and the Kraken have the first goal of the game as Brandon Tanev will score on the power play. So Brandon Tanev scores, and the Kraken lead 1-0. So it's going to be Tanev with Jared McCann and Alexander Wenberg with the assists. And time of the goal is going to be 10 minutes and 14 seconds. All right, so T-Mobile Park is hopping as the hometown Kraken now have an early 1-0 lead on the defending Stanley Cup champions. So here we go. We drop the puck once again, and the Kraken once again are going to win that face-off. And it's going to be another 8. It's going to be an ice blast. And so this ice blast, we are looking for smart. So we have 1 smart on the Vegas side. We have 4 on the Kraken. So once again, the Kraken are going to get another play chance. And it's going to be 3-2-1. So it's going to be Yanni Gord and Oliver Bjorkstrand and Eli Tolvanen is going to get the shot. Remember, they have momentum, so it's actually going to be a 4-star shot. 4-star facing 3 for Aiden Hill. And Aiden Hill gloves it and holds on for a face-off. So the Kraken are taking it to the Golden Knights at this point. 8 minutes left in the first period. They have a 1-0 lead, and they have territorial advantage for sure. All right, we drop the puck once again. This time, high face-off player. Short's a 51, Howard's a 52. So Vegas is going to get the puck here. And we have a 6. This time, we have a Zoom result. So it is going to be Schwartz going up against Pietrangelo. And the quality that we are looking for here is power. Pietrangelo has it, and Schwartz does not have it. So Vegas is actually going to get a shot here. And so it's going to be 6. They're going to go 3-2-1. So they're going to go Howden and Colasar and William Carrier. But we have scissors on Howden and Colasar for their assists. So basically, this is just going to be a free chance for Aiden Hill right here. And we'll need to look for a rebound. Are there 2 squares on defense for Seattle? There are in Dunn and Larson. So that is going to be it for that minute of play. As we go ahead and switch lines. Seattle with the momentum here. We'll give them momentum for another minute here before we cap it off. That's going to be a 10, a turnover. If any defender has a square symbol, and Braden McNabb does. So the Golden Knights are going to get the puck. And it's going to be a 5, and we're going to have another stoppage, and yes, another whistle. So for being an outdoor game, it's certainly a physical one here at T-Mobile Park. 0-3 is our finder this time. That's Jack Eichel. He has a 0 penalty rating, and Matty Beniers has a 0 penalty rating as well. So we're going to do the check for Eichel here, and it's going to be an 8. Since he has a penalty of 0, there will be no penalty. So basically, nothing happens in that minute, and we will move on. So we'll go ahead and switch lines again. So 3 minutes and nothing happening. Basically, we're going to take the momentum off. 1-0 Seattle. 6 minutes left here in period number 1. We drop it for another face-off, and that is a 7. That means 3 more minutes off the clock for a lull. And we have a 4 this time. We're going to go to high face-off. Winberg 46, Stevenson 58. So Stevenson is going to win it for the Knights. And again, another penalty event. So like I said, lots of rough stuff going on here. And this time, we have a 9 as far as who is going to be penalized this time. It's going to be 0-2. So that's Dorofiev with a 0.5. Matched up against Brian Dumoulin, who's a 0. So Dorofiev is going to be the one that's going to get whistled here. But what is he going to get whistled for? It's just going to be a minor penalty. So for Vegas, that's going to be their 3rd time shorthanded this game so far. Dorofiev is going to sit for 2 minutes, and the penalty that he is going to sit for is going to be a hooking call. And the time of that penalty is going to be 17 minutes and 34 seconds. Okay, so the Kraken will get the last 2 minutes of this period on the power play once again. So again, Vegas will go ahead and they're going to use a line skip in order to have their second defense pair out here because of the circle for the power play right here. So for Seattle, what they are going to do is they're going to use a line skip as well in order to get McCann out here with his power play star and have Dunn and Larson out here for a little bit of better shooting on the back line. Okay, so 2 minutes left. Kraken on the power play for these final 2 minutes of the period. And we go to 7. Face-off won by a high face-off player. So Wenberg and Eichel. Wenberg is going to get it here, so they're going to win it. Vegas would need 2 dots to kill it off. They do not. They only have 1 dot. So Golden Knights are going to go ahead and get a plants here. We're going to have a zoom right here, so it's going to be 4 against 2. So Alexiak versus, and I probably should have. I was probably going to just say that Barbashev was going to be sitting out anyway. So in that case, it's basically, we're not really even comparing. It's just going to see what which skill will Dunn have here. So basically we're looking for speed, but there is no such thing as speed because of the sun weather effect. So basically nothing happens here. So the defender is going to win that. So that takes care of 1 minute on the power play. And Vegas has the puck for the next minute. And since Seattle used all their line skips, they're stuck with their third liners on for the rest of this power play. And it's going to be a 7. However, the Kraken are going to get 1 more power play shot before this period ends. And it's going to be 3-1 choice. So we're going to have Gord and Tolvanen, and we'll put Bjorkstrand on there. So 1 2-star shot for the Kraken here, but nothing doing there. Hill stops it, and time's going to run out, and that is going to be it for period number 1. So we played 20 minutes here in Seattle, and your score after 1 period of play: the Seattle Kraken 1 and the Vegas Golden Knights 0 here in our Winter Classic Pre-Play. We'll be back with second period action right after this timeout. And the Kraken have a 1-0 lead over the Golden Knights here in our Winter Classic Pre-Play. Shots on goal in that first period. The Kraken with 8 and the Golden Knights with 4. The only goal of that period coming off the stick of Brandon Tanev on the power play. That's actually one of 3 power plays that the Kraken had in that period. The assists went to Jared McCann and Alexander Wenberg, and the time of that goal was 10:14. And of course, your score after 1 is the Seattle Kraken 1 and the Vegas Golden Knights 0. Before we get to second period action, I want to let you know that this broadcast is being brought to you by Hockey Blast from PLAAY Games, the official game engine of the Winter Classic Pre-Play. As you know, I play different hockey games for different reasons. And each game has characteristics of their own. Each game has their strengths and weaknesses. What I like about Hockey Blast is it's a fairly quick game to play. It doesn't give you all the details as a Strat-O-Matic hockey game or an Apple hockey game would. But at the same time, it gives you enough that it gives you a great story of how the game unfolds. It does a really good job with including fights into the game if you are into that part of it. And also, you can buy a how-to guide, which will allow you to create your own cards for the game. As some of you who are longtime subscribers know, I have created some minor league sets for this game. I am in the process of creating another one. I'm not sure when I'm going to have that set out, but the formulas that Keith used for creating cards, he actually updated the how-to guide for Hockey Blast a few years ago to make it even easier for you to create your own cards for this game. And like I said, I just do the minor league cards because I know chances are nobody would make minor league cards for sale anyway, so it's not like I'm stepping on anybody's toes there. As you can see, as I pull up the shop page here, just a few short weeks ago, Hockey Blast Express came on to the scene from PLAAY Classic. And so this is actually a quicker play version of Hockey Blast, similar to what the Express versions of Second Season and History Maker Baseball are. I have not personally purchased Hockey Blast Express yet. I probably will in the future because I would love to kick the tires on it. From the videos I've seen, though, it seems like a pretty easy learning curve. It seems like a lot of fun, and it looks like you can get quite a few games in to one gaming session, which is the point of Express games. It allows you to play the game and have fun with it and still get a great story in a shorter amount of time. Hockey Blast Express costs only $21. The Pro game itself, if you don't have that yet, that's $57. And of course, if you buy an entire game, since any order over $49 is free shipping, then the $57 is pretty much post-paid with that. You can get seasons, both in PDF and print format. The most recent year, 22-23, that's the year that we're using for this pre-play. Of course, that is available. As you can see, 81-82 is available as well. They have a number of different seasons from different decades. So no matter what style of hockey you're into, no matter what seasons are your favorites, there's probably a season here for you that you can have fun with. Also, there's all-time franchise great hockey teams as well. So that is Hockey Blast from PLAAY Games. And like I said, you can get it now at the PLAAY Games website. And the address for that is play.com with 2 A's in the word play. So the teams are coming back out for period number 2. So let's go back to T-Mobile Park and return to our Winter Classic Pre-Play. Okay, we're just about ready to start the second period of action here. And we'll drop the puck. And it's going to be a 7. And so the Eichel's going to win a draw, but it's not going to matter because we have a lull to start period number 2. Just like we had a lull to start period number 1. And another lull. So 6 minutes into period number 2, and absolutely nothing has happened. 1-0, Seattle. Beniers and Eichel square off once again for the face-off, and again, it's another lull. Okay, we'll try one more time, and this time we get Seattle winning the face-off here. And with that, we're going to have a momentum check. So we're looking for the hit quality. Barbashev with a hit and Larson with a hit for Seattle. Again, the home team's going to get the benefit of the momentum there. And we're going to go ahead and get a turnover here. Do we have a square? Yes, we do, Peter Angelo. But guess what? Because we have doubles on that turnover, it is a breakaway opportunity for the Vegas Golden Knights. A chance for them to tie this game. So let's get the breakaway chance going here, but it's going to be a secondary play. They will still get the advantage of the momentum stars, though. 5-1-4 for the secondary play, so it's going to be Peter Angelo and Stone, and the shot is going to go to Alec Martinez. So 1, 2, 3, 4, cut in half. Only a 2-star shot, though, against a 3-star play save for Grubauer, and Grubauer is going to save that. And so let's see. Do we have a square on defense for Seattle? We do. So in that case, the momentum is going to go back over to the Kraken because remember, they won the momentum check earlier. So already halfway through the period, thanks to those lulls. But the Kraken still lead 1-0, and they have momentum as the second lines come on for both teams. Odd man rush this time, and we are going to be looking at 0-1. Does McCann have a triangle? He does. So but remember, we are subtracting the triangle here. So in this case, that is not going to work, is it? Because of the sun weather effect. So in that case, nothing happens there. So this is where the weather effect comes into play. So no shot that time. It's just going to go right over to Vegas. So we'll go ahead and change our lines here and play on. And what do you know? Another penalty event. So frustration mounting here. And we'll see who gets whistled this time. And it's going to be a 7. My house rule for 7 is it is going to be coincidental minors. So let's see. Who are we going to give the minors to? Basically, we'll say Justin Schultz will have the minor penalty on that side. I'm just looking for some highest ones here. We'll just say Schultz and White Cloud got into a few fisticuffs, like not fisticuffs, but a little pushing and shoving. So they're each going to go into the box for roughing. So we're going to go 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. So Vegas, White Cloud, and Seattle is going to be Schultz. And 2 each for roughing. And that is going to be at 11:52. So we're going to play 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. And my house rule for that is going to be that there's not going to be a lull in a 4-on-4. Instead, that's going to turn into a 3. So you're going to check for triangles to see if we have a play result. Get everything straightened up here. So as far as who's going to be on the ice for 4-on-4 action, let's see. We'll just set the number 2 scorers out for the 4-on-4. So each team will have 2 forwards and 2 defensemen for the next 2 minutes. And of course, that's going to be actually down here. All right, so 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Let's see what the first minute brings. That's going to be a 10. That's going to be high face-off, and that high face-off is going to go to Howden. So the Golden Knights are going to get the puck, and they're going to get a momentum check. So 1 hit for the Golden Knights, and again 1 hit for the Kraken. So Kraken get the puck, and they get momentum. And it's going to be a 7, though. Again, remember, we are looking for we're looking for triangles this time. So let's see what the triangle is going to be. Well, actually, it's going to be, team with the most triangles get the scoring chance. So Peter Angelo has 1 triangle. That is subtracted down to 0. 1 triangle subtracted down to 0. So since there are no triangles technically, again, because of the weather effect, then guess what? A lull will occur. So I guess we're going to take off 3 minutes. That's going to end the 4-on-4. So now we're down to 5 minutes left in the second period, and Seattle clinging to a 1-0 lead. So we'll drop the puck once again and go to a 9, and this time it's going to go to Seattle on an immediate play. Their chance to extend a lead right here. And it's going to be an 11, 1-3-5. So it's going to be Schwartz and Shore with Adam Larson getting the puck. But it's going to be pretty much a free stop for Hill right there. He's going to stop and hold on for a face-off. So down to 4 minutes left here in period number 2 with the score still 1-0. And here we go. And it's going to go to the Golden Knights this time, and they're going to get an immediate play chance. So they're going to get a chance to tie things up here. 2-3-4 is going to be the result here. So it's going to be Barbashev, and it's going to be Eichel, and Braden McNabb's going to get it. So it's going to be 3. It's only going to be a 1-star shot, though. So that is going to be nothing, and Grubauer is going to stop it, and play will stop with a face-off. Down to 3 minutes left here in the second frame. Okay, not quite sure how we got that. All right, so we'll just go with that. Okay, whoops, there's my dice. All right, here we go, dropping the puck down between Wenberg and Stevenson. Won by Wenberg. Seattle gets another immediate play chance here. And it's going to be 6, 3, 2, 1. So it's going to be Wenberg and Tanev, and Jared McCann is going to get the shot. No momentum this time, so it's only a 2-star shot for Seattle. And he does not get it, and Aiden Hill is going to stop that rather easily. And the Golden Knights are going to get the puck back. Okay, third liners on the ice here. And another penalty event. Haven't really been keeping track, but I think that's the 5th penalty event. Well, 6th. I think 6th penalty event of the game. And it's going to be 0-4 this time, which is Martinez going up against Bjorkstrand. So Martinez is going to get the penalty. And it's going to be a 6, so it's going to be a minor penalty. So for Vegas, Alex Martinez, 2 minutes. And let's see what the penalty is going to be. It is going to be actually a bench penalty for too many men on the ice. So I'll cross out Martinez's name, put bench in there. 18 minutes and 49 seconds, the time of that. So the Kraken are going to end this period just like they ended the first period on the power play. So for that, all right, so Vegas will stay put because of the dot right there. And we will do a line skip for Seattle to get their top line up. For our last minute of this period here. Kraken on the power play. Howden against Beniers for the face-off. It's going to be a 6. The shorthanded team wins the face-off this time. And it's going to be a 9. It's going to be a play. Whichever team currently has the most triangles among the players on the ice, man advantage or shorthanded, creates an offensive scoring chance. So, and the power play symbols count for the man advantage team. So let's go ahead and check triangles here. No triangles for Vegas. We have 1, 2, 3 triangles for Seattle. -1 makes 2. Doesn't matter. Seattle's going to get a play chance here. Then period number 2. And it's going to be a 6. It's going to be a 3-2-1. So it's going to be Beniers and Tatar with Jordan Eberle getting the shot. So 1, 2, 3-star shot here for Seattle to end things up here. And that's going to go in. So Jordan Eberle scores on the power play, and Seattle will go into the locker room with a 2-0 lead. So Jordan Eberle, with the assists going to Tomas Tatar and Matty Beniers. And again on the power play, their second power play of the game. Time of that is going to be 1909. And that is going to do it for period number 2. So a late power play goal extends the Kraken lead. Seattle 2 and Vegas nothing heading into the third. You are watching the Winter Classic Pre-PLAAY right here on Imagisport. We'll be right back with the third right after this timeout. And so the Kraken have extended their lead. They are now up 2-0 over the Vegas Golden Knights here on our Winter Classic Pre-PLAAY after 40 minutes. Shots on goal in that second period. The Golden Knights had 8 in the period for a 2-period total of 12, and the Kraken had 9 shots for a 2-period total of 17. The only scoring in the period done by Jordan Eberle. Once again on the power play, the second power play goal for the Kraken in this game today. The assists went to Tomas Tatar and Mehdi Beniers, time 1909. And like I said, the Kraken are now up 2-0 over Vegas. We'll get you to the third period in just a moment, but before we do that, just wanted to point out once again that we are using my homebrew weather effects chart to pre-play this outdoor Winter Classic game. And so I'm just going to take a few moments right now to show you where it is on the PLAAY Games website. So back over to the PLAAY Games website we go. All you have to do to get to the link for this chart is to click on the free section right here. And when you go to the free stuff page, all you need to do is go down and click on the Hockey Blast icon, which is right there. And when you get there, go ahead and expand the section for the Hockey Blast Game Helps, and you will see the Outdoor Weather Effects chart link right here. It's the third one listed under Hockey Blast Game Helps. So once again, that is going to be under the free stuff page on the PLAAY Games website. And I will have links to that and also a direct link to the chart if you would prefer that in the description of this video. All right, so let's go back to T-Mobile Park for third period action between the Kraken and the Golden Knights. 2024 Winter Classic Pre-PLAAY. Let's see if Vegas can even things up here. All right, Vegas with a 2-0 lead. Heading into the final period here, Beniers and Eichel are back in the face-off circle, and we're underway with the third period, and this time high face-off player, that is going to be Jack Eichel, as the crowd amped up as they have been the whole game. Momentum check, same as before, it's going to go to Seattle, which exhibits another roar from the crowd, and we're going to have a 10-8 turnover, but that is going to go Vegas's way because of their squares. And for that, we're going to have a 6 here. We're going to have Larson against Stone. And we are going to check for skill. Stone has skill, so does Larson. But Seattle's momentum means is that they will get the puck back. And we're going to go ahead and change our lines here. And so this time, another Zoom result. It's going to be McCann going up against Ben Hutton. And this time, it's going to be star quality. McCann does have the star quality. So Seattle's going to get yet another play opportunity. It's going to be 2, 3, 5. And so that's just going to be on the breakaway plays. There's no breakaway. So it's just going to be a 2, 3, 5 chance here. So it's going to be Tanev and Wenberg, and it's going to be Borgen. 1-star shot cut in half to 0. So it's going to be an easy one for Aiden Hill to stop. So Knights are going to go ahead and take back possession. And we will switch lines for a new minute. And with that, it's going to be a lull. So that will take care of Seattle's momentum. Face off at center ice. 5 minutes gone. Third period. Seattle with a 2-0 lead. And we have a 5. So Golden Knights are going to win it. They're going to get a chance to put this game within one with a 3-1 choice. So we have Carlson and Amadio, and we're going to give the shot to Paul Cotter. So it's going to be 1 2-star shot for the Knights versus a 3, and that's not going to get the job done. Grubauer is going to stop that easily, and Seattle is going to bring it back up ice here. And we have a Zoom result here. It is going to be Yamamoto against Martinez. And we are going to go with power. Neither one, or wait a minute, Martinez has power, so it's simply just going to be a change in possession. So, new minute once again. And we're going to have an 11 this time. So we're going to have a play result. We need to add a square to Seattle because of the sun mild weather effect that we have for this game. So that gives them 2 squares. And that's all that Seattle is going to need here. So again, we're not going to have a shot. 12 minutes left in regulation. 2-0 Seattle. And it's going to be another Zoom result, Wenberg versus Stevenson. And that is going to be speed. But again, sun mild result comes into play here. There are no speed qualities in this game. So once again, another minute with nothing happening. And we're going to have an ice blast this time. And so the ice blast this time is going to be on the hit quality. So we're going to have 1 hit for the Vegas Golden Knights and 1 for the Seattle Kraken. So again, the tie goes to the home team. And because it's hit quality, momentum goes back to the side of Seattle. And from there, though, we're going to have a penalty event to slow things down once again. So hold on there for just a second, though, while I figure some things out here. Okay, so I was just checking some things out here, and so basically I take off a minute off the clock because of the ice blast that went the other way. And so now we're going to go ahead and resolve the penalty event. So let's see who is going to get penalized here. It's going to be D3. So that's going to be William Karlsson. So it's going to be 0 against a 1. So actually Yanni Gourde is going to go into the box here. This could be an opportunity for the Golden Knights because Yanni Gourde's going to go in for 2 minutes on a minor penalty. Since Yanni Gourde had the higher penalty rating of the 2, he's going to get the hook for a hook. And the time of that penalty is going to be 10 minutes and 8 seconds. So we are halfway through period number 3, and Vegas will have their first power play opportunity of the day. So Vegas is not going to mess around here. They are going to use their line skip to get their 2 power play stars out onto the ice. Seattle is going to use a double shift to keep Dunn and Larson on the ice. So here we go. Golden opportunity for the Golden Knights. They need to get one here to get back in this game and have a good chance to tie it. So basically, Gourde's the one with the penalty. We'll have Yamamoto sit out. So Stevenson and Shore on the face-off here. It's going to go to the man advantage. And because of the circle stars, Vegas is going to get an immediate scoring chance. And it's going to be a 3-2-1. So it's going to be Stevenson and Dorofiev and Marchessault. So 4-star shot cut in half is a 2-star shot. 2-star shot against Grubauer. Nothing doing there. Grubauer will slam the door shut on that one. He'll clear it up ice for that first minute. So now in this case, what's going to happen here is that Vegas is going to use their other line skip to keep Pietrangelo Martinez out and also to get their top line here for the second power play minute. And we'll see if that helps their cause. And it's going to be a 3. It's power play. So yes, they will get another chance to get their first goal, but it's secondary play. And it's going to be an 8. It's going to be a 2-1-5. So it's going to be Barbashev and Stone. And then Pietrangelo is going to be the shooter. 3-star shot for Vegas. Is it enough? No, it's not. Grubauer will stop that, and that is going to kill off the penalty. Because he's going to clear that back up ice again. So momentum is nullified. So basically what will happen here, the man advantage team. So basically Vegas will have the puck going forward here. We are back to normal minutes. 7 minutes to go in regulation. Seattle still with a 2-0 lead. And it's going to be an 8 this time. That's going to be an ice blast. And so that ice blast is going to go to Star. So we have 1 star on the Vegas side, 1 star on the Seattle side. No momentum, so it goes to the home team. Nothing happens. And the clock continues to tick. And it's a 4. Odd man rush once again. And this time it's going to be a 6. It's going to be a D3. So remember, we're adding a square here. So we might as well say Carlson has a square. And so Vegas is going to get the puck back. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Vegas is out of line skips. And it's going to be a turnover chance. And yes, Oleksiak does have the square for the turnover. Breakaway play coming up for the Kraken. Secondary play, though. And it's going to be 4. It's going to be 5-2-3. So Borgen and Yamamoto. And Shore is going to get the shot. But no stars around. It's going to be an easy play there for Aiden Hill. So that's going to be 1 rebound, but 0-1's going to get a rebound shot out of it. And that's going to be Jaden Schwartz. So for Schwartz, it's going to be a 2-star shot against a 4-star Aiden Hill. Doesn't really matter because that's an 11. And the goalie knocks it down, but then it's going to be the Golden Knights that are going to have their chance on the breakaway. And they're going to have a 4-2-3. So it's going to be Martinez and Colasar and Howden. And once again, let's see. We got scissors all over the place here. So it's going to be an easy stop for Grubauer. So Grubauer is going to save it. And guess what? It's going to go back the other way again. And Seattle's going to get another breakaway chance of their own and another secondary play. So let's see what happens this time. Again, 5-2-3. So this time it's going to be Borgen, Yamamoto, and Shore. Again, scissors all around. And so again, that's... So Seattle's going to get that shot there. It's stopped by Hill. Looking for 2 squares. We get the 2 squares. Finally, that madness is over. So we'll mark off another minute here. 4 minutes left to go. And so for that... Here we go. Golden Knights with a puck. And we're going to have a play chance. So let's see. How many triangles do we have here? We got 1 for the Golden Knights, but take away 1, that's 0. We have 1, 2 for the Kraken. Take away 1 is 1. So Kraken's going to get the play here. And it's going to be a 12. It's going to be 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be Tatar and Beniers. And the shooter is going to be Brian Dumoulin. So no momentum here. So it's just going to be a 1-star cut in half to 0. Free shot for Aiden Hill. But we have a rebound chance. That rebound is going to go to 0-1. It's going to be Jordan Eberle. So Eberle is going to get a 2-star shot versus a 4-star save. Nothing doing. Aiden Hill gets that one very easily. And the Golden Knights have it once again. And now we are down to 3 minutes left. And so decision time for the Golden Knights. They're going to use their double shift to keep their number 1 line out there. In the meantime, the Kraken will change their line, and it's going to be an 8. So we got an ice blast coming up here, and let's see what's it for. It's for Smart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smarts for Vegas. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you know? 5 smarts for the Seattle Kraken as well. They tie it. They're the home team. They get possession of the puck once again. And so we're down to 2 minutes left to go. So that backfired on the Golden Knights big time. It's going to be another play result here. Add a square. That is going to give 2 squares to Vegas. So here they go. And so they're down to a minute left in the game. But again, they are out of double shifts. Seattle's going to use a line skip for their top one. And the Golden Knights are going to pull their goalie and hope for a miracle here to see if they can get a couple of goals. So for that, they are going to go ahead and they're going to have Eichel be the extra attacker here. All right, so empty net. Final minute of play. Oops, I dropped the die. Hold on just a sec. All right, sorry about that mishap here. Okay, here's the roll on the empty net chart. It is a 7. That is an empty net goal for the Kraken, and that is going to seal it. So, obviously, we're going to need to find out who scored that empty net goal. It's going to be the 9, the second highest shot ranking. So, in that case, we're going to give it to Jordan Eberle is going to get that empty net goal. The assists are going to go to just the highest ranked player. And so that, we'll just give that to Vince Dunn. So Eberle with the empty netter there, and Dunn with the assist on that. Time of that empty net goal is 19:10. And I'm not going to, no sense, it's a 3 goalie, no sense going through. You have to play another thing because it's just not going to matter anyway. So we're just going to call it a day. So that's going to be it from T-Mobile Park. Final score here, the Kraken defeat the Vegas Golden Knights by the score of 3-0. Let's go back to the studio for a wrap-up of today's game. And you might say that was a perfect outing for the Seattle Kraken today as they shut out the defending Stanley Cup champions 3-0. in our Winter Classic Pre-PLAAY. Only one goal scored in that third period. That came right at the end that you just saw. Into the empty net, Jordan Eberle with his second of the game, assisted by Vince Dunn. 19:10 was the time of that, and of course your final once again, 3-0 in favor of Seattle. Shots on goal, Seattle with 8 in that third period with a game total of 25. Vegas with 5 in the period. Their game total was 17. 2 power play goals difference for the Kraken in this one, and they pretty much dominated play throughout. Vegas was behind the 8 ball a lot of times, being shorthanded as many times as they were. Before we look ahead to what's coming up on Imagisport, 3 stars for today's game. The number 3 star is going to go to Brandon Tanev of the Kraken. He opened up the scoring in the first period on a power play goal. Second star goes to Philip Grubauer with a 17-save shutout in this one. And the number 1 star and the Imagisport player of the game will go to Jordan Eberle of the Seattle Kraken with 2 goals, including and actually in the final minutes of both periods 2 and 3 to put this one on ice, pun intended, with a 3-0 win, Seattle over Vegas. So what's coming up on the channel? As always, old school wrestling. New episode will be coming up here in the next month or so, just continuing all the storylines that are going on there. I'm going to have some more time opening up to record once my spring semester starts up here after Martin Luther King Day. So I'm probably not going to get another video up and running until after that. Things are going to be pretty busy around here. My daughter's still home from college. She's having friends over next week, and then the week after that, she and I are heading to Maryland for a curling bonspiel. Yes, I am also a real-life actual curler, and so we're going to be participating in a curling tournament on the weekend from the 11th to the 14th, so won't be online very much at all. So, like I said, sometime, probably not the week of the 15th, but probably the week after that, which would be the week of the 22nd, will probably be my next content addition to this channel. So like I said, old school wrestling, I'll be continuing storylines there. Late January, it's going to start up the Pennsylvania Football League once again. And of course, that's using the Football America set for PLAAY's second season. Usually what I'll do is I'll combine second season express, and fast drive football to play that out. And also coming up in the next few months, I'm going to showcase 2 games never before seen on this channel. What are the games, you say? You're going to have to tune in to find out. And I'm also toying with the idea of starting some live episodes as well once I get my feet wet. As far as the live streaming goes, I am a member of our technology team at my church, and we live stream our services. So I figured out how the live stream feature works on YouTube. Now I just have to translate that to how I want to do things on my channel. So need to still figure that out yet. I might give that a test run here sometime soon. Maybe just a short, like, little quote-unquote news segment just to see how things work before actually using it to live broadcast one of the games that I play. Again, that's all coming up in the future here on Imagisport. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. Up to over 200 subscribers right now, so thank you very much for that. If you like what you see, of course, put a like on the video. If you download the weather effects chart, use it for a few games, let me know what you think of it. Feel free to leave a comment here. Give me a comment, an out of video comment, if you will, or you can email me djones90@yahoo.com. So once again, thanks for all your support of this channel. Like I said, this is I don't get on very often, of course. My time is limited, but I do have a lot of fun sharing my hobby of tabletop sports with you all. All right, so that's going to do it here from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Your final today in the Winter Classic Pre-PLAAY, the Seattle Kraken defeat the Vegas Golden Knights by the score of 3-0. For all of us here at Imagisport, This is Derek Jones saying thank you so much for watching today. Have a great rest of your day, and most of all, keep on rolling. We'll see you later.